Welcome to another lesson of Filmora. In this lesson, we're going to learn about how we can import with Instant Cutter Tool in Filmora, which is a feature of Filmora which you'll be able to use either for importing, and you can also do some other interesting stuff with that option. So let's go into our lesson of Filmora on our device. So open up Filmora on your device and you can see that I have, let's say, a whole clean platform or a whole clean workspace, because I'm going to show you how you'll be able to import up your videos just by using the Instant Cutter tool. Now, in my previous lesson, you already seen about how we can import and how we can also split up content. Now, what if you want to import up split content directly without even importing them directly on your workspace or your project panel? So that is the thing which comes in handy, which is the Instant Cutter tool. Now, how to use the Instant Cutter tool? Now, first things first, make sure to open up Filmora, click on New Project, and then click on this import option over here. From here, you have this option called Import with Instant Cutter. Click on that option and this type of interface appears up on your screen. You can see there we also have different type of platforms. We have the player, we have the trimmed out part or drag files to start trimming, which you can do already over here, which is basically like a small version of Filmora or the trimmer. We have the project panel individually right on our Instant Cutter tool. So it's basically kind of like a whole new workspace. Okay, now first things first is that you're going to do is open up the file. Now from the file, what you're going to do is going to be opening up Filmora and our resource files, which you can have over here. So we have our videos. Now what if I want to use parts of my videos? Or what if I say I want a certain video and I'm going to crop it up and then upload it or then import it on our project panel of Filmora without importing the whole thing? So what I can do is click on any one of them. Let's say I'm going to use this, press on open, and you can see that we have our video over here, right? So this is also a thing about how you can split up a big, let's say a big video without losing any quality, okay? So this is very important in such cases, such as, let's say you want already an edited video or cropped up video on your project panel so that you can use it. Obviously, if you have the whole thing, it might be a hassle because you have to keep it on your timeline panel. You have to cut it up again and then use it. But instead, what you can do is just keep out the selected part instead of saving it. You can just keep out the selected part of that, video and use it every time you want it. So I'm going to show it to you in a better way. So let me just delete this one, delete, open a file. I'm going to use my video over here, which I've used, from Filmora. Now, let's say I'm going to do is going to be using certain parts. Let's say I'm going to do is use up to this part, okay? So I'm going to do is just remove the second part over here. I'm going to do is cut this part out. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do is going to be taking this part over here. I'm not going to be needing this one. I'm going to do is keep it up till here. Okay? Now, what I can do is just export up that part, or I can use it as a segment. So first things first, let's say I'm going to use the first part. I'm going to do is just keep only the first part over here up till this part, okay? I'm going to do is add a segment. There we go. We have my first segment over here. We have the first, which I can play. This is the first segment, right? Now we have my first segment. I'm going to go off to my full video. Now I don't want the second segment. I'm going to need the third segment of the video. So I'm going to not use this frame over here. I'm going to need the third segment. There we go. Add another segment over here. There we go. We have my third video. I'm going to do is not use the third one. I'm going to use the fourth segment. There we go. Add a segment, and there we go. We have 3 of these segments, right? You can see this is the part, this is the part, this is the part. Now I can export individually. This works like the detection tool, scene detection, but in a better way. You can use up certain parts. And now what I want to do is going to be using certain parts, such as I'm going to go up to my fourth video. I want the whole thing. I'm going to do is just keep it this one, and I'm going to do is remove the ending. There we go, add a segment. So we have 4 segments, and I want to delete this part. So we have 4 segments. Now what I can do is select all of them, and I can export it. Export, you can do that. Press on OK, it's up to you. And it will be exported. And then you'll be able to use only that part. And you can upload it directly over here. You can customize it the way you want to. It's basically up to you how you want to work with it. But first things first, make sure to export it up. Okay, and then you'll be able to use it whenever you want. And obviously, I will have this file or this video on my resource panel. So if you want to use it, you can use that. It's basically up to you. And you can see that it has been saved up, 4 of the videos. And you can also see where it is saved up. Okay, so you can cut this part out, or you can do is Control C, minimize it. You can export it if you want to. And you can also paste it up right over here. Okay, or you can drag the whole thing. You can drag the whole file. Let's say I'm going to do is just drag the whole thing over here. And you can see we have all of the videos in segments. And then you can select the whole thing over here into your timeline panel. And then you're good to go. You can use whichever segment you want to use. See, this is how simple it is to how to use the Instant Cutter tool. And this is also very handy sometimes. Okay, so try using that. And obviously, I would suggest you to, pick up certain parts and do it well. And if you don't want to use it, obviously, you have the import media tools where you want. So I would just, suggest you to try using them whenever you want to use that Instant Cutter tool. And obviously, it also helps you to use only certain parts of it. But one thing is that you need to export them up too, and then you'll be able to use it up on your project panel. So hope you understood everything about this lesson on how you'll be able to use the Cutter tool. And obviously in my previous lesson, or in a lesson of splitting and trimming, I've shown you, or I've told you how you'll be able to split up parts of your video by using different methods. And this is also a different method of how you'll be able to split out and cut out certain parts of your video and use it as a let's say on your software or your platform or even your workspace. So thank you for watching this video up till the very end, and make sure not to skip any part, because if you do, you might miss out on a lot of things. So in our next lessons too, make sure not to skip any part. And thank you for watching this video again, and let's move on to our next lesson of Filmora.